Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at sword fighting, but mostly we're poor at making art. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Benj. So today we're just gonna do it simple. We're gonna draw swords.
Yes, we are, because if you draw things, eventually you're going to draw a sword, because they're cool, and because we're nerds.
Yep.
But more importantly, it's because we had another fan request to draw swords.
Which was sent in the form of a meme.
Yeah, maybe we'll post the meme in the comments or something.
Well, we can't post it in the comments, but we could just throw it up on the screen right now.
We'll throw it up on the screen right now, because that's a thing people do on YouTube.
You guys are looking at it right now.
And we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And you're laughing at it. Mm-hmm. And now we're going to draw something that is hopefully slightly more impressive than the drawings they're holding up, but probably not.
Nope, definitely not. If you notice those straight lines that they have.
It's exactly true. There's no chance of us drawing straight swords.
Mm-hmm. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make mine be different than normal because, you see, as we all know, the pen is mightier than the sword. So we're going to go off of that assumption. And so we're going to start.
Tune in next week when we draw pens.
With like it's going to look exactly like a pen.
Yep, exactly like a pen.
Exactly like a pen. And then somebody, I should see, you always have to draw things.
Yes, we do have to draw. That is the kind of our duty to the public.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're supposed to draw things like first, that because we can only erase. So like if something's over top of something, you have to draw it first.
I am aware of the unfortunate rules we've set for ourselves.
I didn't do that.
You're saying that you've already messed up?
Oh yes, I am saying that exactly.
I mean, this pen is like.
So there's going to be a person under this pen. Okay. So they're like holding this over their head.
Oh yeah, there he is.
And
Mr.
then,
Two Eyes and a Nose.
Yeah, that's how all humans are. He's really happy to be having this sword.
If somebody handed me a sword that was a pen, I wouldn't be happy. Like, what do you cut with it?
Everything.
Is it kind of like a, what's that sword from Kingdom Hearts called?
Keyblade?
Yeah, it's like a keyblade. You just kind of like, you don't cut anything with a keyblade. It's like rounded and it's just like hitting somebody with a bat repeatedly.
I would say there's probably some similarities to that. And see, as you noticed, that this is like really big.
In what way is this a sword and not just a guy holding a giant pen?
You'll see. This is connected, by the way.
I mean, he's got a wrinkle in his shirt, or just a disembodied arm. One of the two.
This is like a shirt because obviously this guy's like an accountant or something.
I was watching last week's video and I feel like I was just too complimentary of your drawing. So this week,
it was just too good.
No one in the comments was saying that. You know how I know that? Nobody even bothered to make a comment on our last video. One like I think it received, and it wasn't for your drawing.
This is a tie. In fact, I'm gonna color it in.
I mean, it's more just like a bib. At this point,
it's going to be colored in like ties are.
Oh yes, all ties.
Although
have color.
Maybe it is a bib. Maybe it's a special bib.
I guess people do have like white ties, special bib.
That's a throwback to old YouTube, or really before YouTube. Stupid videos.
Do I have broccoli on my shirt? I don't think I have broccoli on my shirt.
I wore my special bib.
I know, my special bib. Yeah, there's a good Kingdom Hearts knockoff video from pre-YouTube to go along with your Keyblade knockoff of a pen.
So here's his pen, but this pen also has a sword that comes out of the apparently, if
Are you
you
sure it's not a laser gun shooting out of it?
it may look like that.
Okay. This pen is considerably more fierce now. That is literally just like a, what do they call those knives?
Yeah, like a
switchblade
type
sort of thing.
but it's a full-on sword.
I imagine like just clicking like the end of this pen and that thing just like popping out.
Just there's a little clicker thing.
Like this is the thing that,
but
like
it's like huge. Like it's too big. Like
I don't like sword size.
Like whoever invented this was not thinking smart.
Is it wrong that I kind of want one of these now?
But like the whole blade would like fit in the pen.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like that's like this is how big it has to be if you want a real size sword.
Yeah, no. I'm intrigued
and
now.
And then this guy's like Mr. Accountant with his.
This is the accountant.
So it's like
sword for the accountant.
Yeah, exactly. So this is one of those things where it's like somebody pulls out a sword to challenge him, and he's like, the pen's mightier than the sword. And then he pulls this thing out.
Where do you pull this out of? Like it has to be like out of the. You pull it out of like a closet or something.
He has like a little pocket.
Pocket
on his shirt that this
like
clips
a Mary
onto,
like a Mary Poppins pocket that you can shove this whole huge sword.
No,
into?
like here. Let me over here. Let me draw what this looks like. So you got the guy's shirt, right? Which I have to now draw like a men's shirt. Okay, and then this shirt has a pocket here. Okay.
What happened to the other half of the shirt?
I'll draw that later, but it's behind stuff.
Oh, okay.
So then on this pocket, in the pocket goes the clip of this pen, which then encompasses like
his entire body.
His entire body.
Again, I don't think he's pulling this out. He's just like unsheathing it from,
and like he's like barely even tall enough, for the pen. And so here's where I'll have to draw the rest of the shirt.
I mean, to be completely fair, if I walked into like a shop and they were selling a gigantic pen that was also a sword,
so it's like basically the length of his body, but like he can still walk technically,
like barely, as long as he doesn't bend over ever.
So I mean, he was challenged to a fight because of the fact that he has this pen.
Oh, yeah, that's who you pick on, guy with a giant pen, always.
Somebody walked up to him and was making fun of his pen and pulled out their sword that they have on them at all times.
Yep, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you drew like the transparency of the pen too, so we can see how it's in his pocket.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only option.
This just looks like he's like attacking a piñata with his pen, like a piñata of himself.
Wearing the pen.
That's like
it's his morning ritual.
It's like a headless piñata of himself. His morning ritual is how he gets ready for the day.
Yeah,
he's quite happy about it.
Aren't you always happy when you're hitting a piñata of yourself?
I can't say that's ever happened.
Well, I don't really know what else to draw with this picture. Like I drew a sword.
I'm impressed. So, the fact that this hasn't been made by somebody else, like online yet, like Hacksmith or somebody who just need like designs like the craziest things. Like, I totally need a pen sword in my life. And a piñata of myself holding the pen sword in my life.
So you can beat it with the sword.
I mean, that is the only proper use, I think, for a pen sword, other than dueling the other accountants who made fun of you.
That carry swords around with them at all times.
Of course. I just imagine it's a whole office of pen-sworded people making fun of each other for having pen swords. But either way, it's pretty great. You gotta get a title.
Oh, yes. I forgot about titles. It's just titled A Sword.
Yep. In compliance with the fans' demands of us, we have drawn a sword.
Yep, this is technically a sword.
You're welcome.
I mean, only like this amount of the drawing is sword.
Yep.
But,
you can't really complain. Sword. Just all the lore and backstory you gave it more than makes up for it.
But I say we get you over here and see what you draw.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so what are you going to draw?
I've never really agreed with that saying the pen is mightier than the sword.
Mm-hmm.
I had something in mind earlier, but after seeing your pen sword, it's got me all worked up because it's just stupid. Like, I get it. You could write some words and inspire a bunch of people to do something.
Well, not with my pen sword.
Well, no, but like in general, the saying. But the thing is,
my pen sword just kills
the
people.
thing is, the people you're inspiring have swords, and they're using those swords to do whatever you wrote and told them to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no, the pen is not mightier than the sword, except Benja's pen that he drew a few minutes ago. That one arguably
Is at least as
the
mighty
accountant's
as the
choice
sword.
of. But no, that's not what we're doing. We're going to draw something that is actually the pen's weakness. The pen's weakness. It's very.
The pen's weak.
I'm going to draw the pen's weakness here. So if you can imagine that we have a
circle.
Oh, there's not a circle.
Oh, okay.
No geometry teacher out there would call what I just did a circle. They'd acknowledge that maybe I tried to do something.
You know, while you're starting to draw this, I remember at the beginning here you said we're poor at sword fighting.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know if you remember, but we used to sword fight all the time.
Oh yeah, when we were like
in the maskers, as we called ourselves.
Oh, bringing up the maskers,
which are not the people that wear masks at parties or whatever.
Not like a masquerade people. No.
This was
like our
this was because
club.
We used to ride bikes and we would put our helmets on in front of our face and call
Yeah.
ourselves the maskers.
Yeah, we were the terror of the neighborhood.
Except we didn't do anything.
We didn't
bad.
do anything bad at all.
The helmets, they were those like really cool ones with holes throughout them. Which weren't ever
Make for the best
cool ones.
That's true. But they made for pretty good masks.
Yeah, and then we had categories of our masker club. We had the outside fighters that were the sword fighters.
They were the sword fighters. That was Benj as a kid with a double-sided Darth Maul lightsaber. Oh, you didn't want to mess with him.
Yeah, I was the best sword fighter of our friend group,
which is not saying all that much.
Yeah, no, none of us were trained in the sword.
Nope, but we were just the best, the best outside fighter.
Yep,
the whole group.
And you were the leader of the inside fighters.
Yeah, we were real creative with the names.
Meant you use the gun.
Yep, I had my Nerf gun. My Nerf gun hiding underneath the coffee table. With a blanket over it, peeking out, shooting at you with your double-sided lightsaber.
It wasn't really a fair fight.
Not at all.
And then my brother, he was the leader of the spies, which basically just meant that they hid places.
See that line there? That wasn't supposed to be there.
Oh, well.
But now, it's doing the thing.
It didn't do that thing at all for me.
It's because
you're wearing the glove.
I don't think that's why. But I'm willing to continue from this point.
Okay. Yeah, spies just meant they hid. They didn't really have. There was nobody to spy on.
That's true. I'm not entirely sure what our goal was.
It was just to have fun.
Yeah, it was great.
We mostly just rode bikes and then.
Do you want to tell them our club catchphrase?
Oh yeah.
You want to tell them the catchphrase, Ben? If you were a member of the Maskers, you had to know the catchphrase.
We used to put our weapons.
We'd put our weapons
up,
Three Musketeers style,
and we would say, "We are the Maskers,
ready to fight all day and all night." Oh yeah,
the cool.
Oh gosh, we were such cool kids. Everyone wanted to be our friend. They talked about how cool we were.
Yep, every single person in the neighborhood.
Every one of them.
They're just like, oh, I want to be a masker.
Yep, that's what they probably said. They never said it to us, but I'm sure there was talks. All right, so we've got this sword.
Yeah,
which
I do see something like a sword there.
but that's not. It's not.
I mean, it's not. It's just three.
So you had a
lines
pen sword.
sticking out of.
You had a pen sword.
Yeah.
I have a sword. Sword.
Oh.
A sword is truly the most fearsome weapon. So it's like a sword, but then it like I don't know. It opens up into like another sword.
Oh, okay.
Kind of looks like a crossbow so far, but it's just it's gonna just be a sword. So this is gonna I don't know. It's opening up somehow, and there's a they didn't really think this through. And then there's like inside that sword, another sword comes out.
So it opens up like there's those two sides actually were together. And then they like popped
you press
out.
a button just like on the end of your pen sword. This also is like it's a 3-in-1 pen.
Oh,
you can like double click it, and then like this part
also opens up,
like peels back. Oh, come on, work with me.
What kind of like metal can peel back?
Sword metal.
Oh, okay. So this is like
I don't even understand what's happening here, to be honest with you.
Because the way it's peeling,
it's like a banana here.
like did a banana pop out of the first sword and then out of that?
No, they're all swords. They just open in different ways.
Okay. I mean, if that's metal, it could be one of those like things where like it's used to catch swords. Your pen's messing up a lot on you. Should probably rethink your glove.
I think I just need a new drawing glove. This one's like needs like a
wore out.
Needs like an oil change, something like that.
What kind of oil is in your glove?
I imagine that I just have a cheap drawing glove,
and like a professional drawing glove?
like $600 or something, made of real spandex. Real spandex. And you know, this is just a sword. It's just a sword and a sword and a sword, and just like your pen.
Doesn't that make it a sword?
It has like a button at the bottom, just like your pen. You click it a couple of times, and
out pops another. So like you come out with this sword, and people make fun of like how short it is. And then you pop it, and it
you're
comes
like,
out,
they're like, I bet my pen could beat that sword. And then you press it, and they're like, oh, never mind. And then they're like, wait, I forgot, I have a pen sword. And you're like, oh yeah. And then you click it a second time, and they run. Back
like
to their accounting firm.
Like in every anime where you haven't seen my true form yet.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Exactly how it is. I don't remember how you drew the hand on this thing.
Yeah, drawing hands is just the hardest thing.
It's got like a thumb grabbing it here, and some other fingers back there, and somehow this whole thing connects into an arm.
Yeah, somehow the hand exists. Like just looking at our hands when you're thinking about drawing, it's so weird.
We've talked about this before, but like hands don't make sense.
No, they don't. Like there's so many joints on each finger, and then the palm can move. Like
the fact that anybody figured out hands in drawing is a miracle in and of itself.
Why is your guys' fingers like black?
I don't know. He's got a glove on.
Just the fingers?
Well, maybe we'll see. Like a gauntlet type thing going on, you know?
Just the fingers?
Sure.
Like I understand gloves, like those are things, but just the fingers.
I don't.
There's no such gauntlet.
It's a finger gauntlet, okay? Just go with it. For my sake.
You keep like finishing off things.
I don't know.
I keep wondering, like, Like you.
where this arm ends. Yeah, it's a confusing.
Is there a body attached to this arm?
No. There's like pointy armored helm guys that
Like what Gonzo would wear.
the Muppet.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like that. He has like a.
I'm sure this isn't like some sort of weird alien with one eye.
But they have these guys have like
a pointy nose cyclops.
They always have like that plume thing coming out, you know.
Yep. Yeah, I know that. I'm questioning the cyclops eye.
It's not supposed to be so rounded. There, fixed.
It's still a cyclops eye. You just made the pupil weird.
You can't see the whole eye. You're only looking at half of it, so it looks like a cyclops. Maybe so it's a cyclops.
There's two of those eyes?
It's like one big eye gap. One big eye gap type situation going on. I don't know.
It looks so disturbing.
You're not wrong.
It's like a cyclops bird man.
Yeah, the other question is, how is that arm up so high?
It's connected to his neck. And how many connections does it have?
Oh gosh, this bird man thing. Holding this is just...
My accountant might just give up. Just because he sees this.
He's so skinny all of a sudden.
Because he's a bird. Birds aren't fat.
I don't know how to fix his face. Like, how do you have like a mouth in armor? I don't think so. I don't know what to do with him though. It's got that pointy part, and I don't know how the armor. Like, I can picture it, but I'm clearly not picturing it right. It's just pointy, and there's like a bolt holding that part in place, like flips up and down. All right, let's just this thing kind of like tapers down into like something that would be called a dress, but it's
I think the problem is that part that you're saying is supposed to be able to like open and close. You made it inside the armor, so it clearly can't open and close anymore, and that's why it looks like an eye.
You might be right about that.
Is that his knee?
He doesn't need feet.
How come he has one knee and then the other one doesn't have a knee?
Well, you haven't seen the other one yet.
Oh, they're going to be separate?
Yeah, they have to be.
Okay.
They have to be, apparently, for there to be a knee.
That's not how legs work. At all. Are you going to make this fingers black?
Yeah, it'll help.
Just the fingers?
It's like a fashion choice.
Why?
It's like those work gloves where they like dip just the fingers.
Why did you decide to give him a wing?
It's not a wing. If it is, it's because it's predetermined that it's a bird man. And then armor has like
that's not how fingers work. So it must be a wing.
Armor has like belt thing.
Sure.
And on the chest, there's like I don't know, a cross or something. Man.
Birdman crosses.
Yeah, it's like connected on the side on purpose.
Just completely normal.
Yeah, and this guy, he wears this sword kind of like your guy does, where he has like his armor. And he's got like, I mean, I'm just going to draw Pinata, of course. His rough sketch, but it's just like he's got his Birdman armor.
Yeah, I didn't draw hands on my Pinata either.
Tips of are black. And he wears the sword like mounted on his chest.
Oh, okay.
It just hangs down from his chest.
That part of your sword is kind of different than most. Why'd you tilt it backwards?
Oh gosh, it tilts like this before you open
Before you open it, okay.
it. Yep, 100% how it works.
Yeah, that makes complete sense, I guess.
Yeah, and it's just looks like a normal rocket.
Why did you finish it off?
I didn't mean to. Okay, I didn't mean to. It's got the pants. Yeah, but you get the idea. It's really small at first.
I get the idea. Not the execution, of course, but I get the idea.
It's a piñata. It's like an approximation of what he's holding. It's not entirely accurate, But he's and you can't tell, but he's smiling in there, like your guy was smiling because he's just so happy that he gets to
hit a piñata of himself.
Yeah, and he got to press the button on his sword twice, extend it to full tang,
so he could hit the piñata.
Maybe I give that like a rocket ship tip, like the other sword does. But tell me you wouldn't be more intimidated by a sword. Like somebody presses a pen and a sword comes out, you're like, wow. Somebody presses a sword and 2 more swords come out of it.
I must say.
Much more intimidating, right?
You definitely don't want to run into a sword.
Yeah. Sword times 3.
Yep. Well, we got to draw swords.
Yes, we did. This is for you, fan of ours.
Yep. That asked us to draw swords.
Yep. If you have any suggestions for us, all of you many fans out there in the YouTube world, leave a comment, and there's a very good chance we will draw. I mean, either what you want or what we want, but probably we'll give great consideration to the fact that you even noticed this.
I mean, it'll take us a long time to get through all of the fan submissions.
It's true.
But there's a good chance that you, the one listening to this, will pick yours.
Yes, indeed. Just keep that in mind, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemies' time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.